Hello, ladies and other things. This is Rainbows here with an exciting gameplay here on Lost Temple, the most exciting map in the world, between painuser Yellow Terran at 3 o'clock and Shuffle Green Zerg at 6. We can see that Shuffle is not going for a 7 pool, which is somewhat unfortunate, just because 7 pools are amazing. I mean, you're like, cool, Zerglings, and the other guy's like, oh my god, there's Zerglings in my base. And it's just kind of really cool. And similarly, painuser is not going for any sort of a fast Reaper thing, which again is not that exciting. Both players are just kind of opting for nice, long, interesting macro games, but not super exciting cheeses that enable me to talk about things other than the fact that they're not cheesing before the 10-minute mark. painuser going ahead and walling off his ramp. He's really afraid that Shuffle will be able to get in and kill all of his stuff with Zerglings, which is really quite true, just because painuser is playing Terran, and Terran really need to get up some sort of a buffer when they've got low numbers of troops so that they can deal with Zerglings and the Zealots and other melee units, just because melee units cream ranged units in small numbers when the ranged units can't get into the bunker or hide behind a little wall. Shovel is actually scouting in the right direction the first time, and he does have a drone against a Terran player, and he's going to be able to do a little bit of harassment, force Shuffle just to pay Shuffle is the Zerg player, I'm sorry, and force painuser to just pay a little bit more attention to the game than he otherwise would have. Shuffle is not actually scouting painuser's gas, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, when, there we go, he scouted that one. He's just kind of electing to stay around and see what's going on. Shuffle going for a relatively fast expansion, 14 hatch 13 pool. We will hopefully be seeing a pool on 13. He could actually probably delay it just a little bit, just because painuser's going like one barracks, and he knows that painuser's going one barracks, and this scouting ground is going to be alive for a little bit longer. So painuser's going to have like no pressure for a while, and hopefully that scouting ground will see painuser's tech choice or other fancy schmancy thing. A little bit of interesting overload placement coming on for Shuffle. If I had to guess, I'd say that he's moving this overload up here just so that he can come and drag it back down and see what painuser is doing later in the game. Painuser is coming in with an orbital command and a gas, most standard thing in the world. And he's got like one Marine out. He's probably gonna, I guess he's gonna try to push with one Marine. Oh my gosh, and a bunker coming up for painuser right outside of Shuffle's hatchery. Shuffle does have an overlord above that. That hatchery would not be able to see it without the overlord there, but the overlord does have very nice sight range, and that SCV is just going to get taken down by these drones in about a quarter of a second. This bunker's not going to finish, so painuser is not in the bestest position ever, and this Marine is actually going to get taken by drones if it doesn't run away, just because drones are freaking awesome, especially against Marines. And Shuffle does have a pool up, so he's going to be able to pump like 2 lanes and then prevent as many Marines as he feels like from getting into that bunker. painuser has not made a check choice yet. He's not throwing down another bunker. He does have another gas down, so he's probably going to get a factory, just because he's got 2 gas. That's normally what that means. I mean, I guess he could get a billion freaking upgrades. And you can see that Marine and that SCV did get taken down before they could enter that bunker by those links. And that SCV can be taken down. A Marine makes it into the bunker, but the bunker's got like less than 100 health by the time the Marine gets in there, and Shuffle is easily able to clean up that bunker. painuser not really gaining that much of a advantage by doing so. I mean, he's not really out that much. He's out like, what, 2, 3 SCVs and a Marine. I'm going to pop on over units lost. He's got 4 units that cost ballpark 50 each, and a bunker. It's like, oh my god. And he's going to be able to hold this ramp very easily against the Zerglings. No bandling list coming up for Shuffle. He's not going to go for any sort of an early break. He's not really going to try to capitalize on the fact that painuser just wasted all of his combat units ever. painuser got a armory and a factory coming up. Looks like he's going for a very fast Thor. And he's also dropping a starport, so he might be going for a Thor up. This is Lost Temple, and Lost Temple is freaking awesome because you've got this little green doohickey raised area there that you can just plop a Thor down and just do infinity damage to Zerg's Expo. And it's just so hard for a Zerg player to deal with that, and we will see Shuffle try to cope momentarily after painuser throws up the starport in this factory and this armory. Shuffle coming in with that fancy schmancy overlord that he sent out like way early in the game, and he's going to see this, and he's going to be like, oh my god, I hate Thor up in chat in about 2 seconds. And painuser also has a tech lab going down, and he's going to be pumping Marauders, which is the most awesome thing in the world, just because Marauders are amazing. Marauders are like the thing that you always build. And Shuffle's like, oh my god, I hate Thor ups, except he uses all sorts of nasty words that you should not show your children. He's a dirty, dirty man. He plays Zerg, which I guess makes him kind of like some evil alien. I mean, Protoss you always kind of assume are like noble and crusade for truth and justice, and Zerg are like evil and just kind of eat people. At least that's what I always assumed. I mean, I never really read the text in the story. I just read the what you had to kill in the missions in StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. This campaign has not come out yet. Though I've heard they've done a very, very nice job with the storyline from like everybody who's played it ever. Painuser managed to supply block himself a little bit, so this medevac is going to be fractionally light, and he's going to throw down a command center and just expand off of one Thor and a couple of Marauders and a couple of Marines. But it's okay, because Shuffle doesn't really have anything either. Shuffle is finally getting a lair. That lair's a little bit late, and he does have a roach worn down, and he's probably producing a bunch of roaches. We can see he's producing 2 roaches, and he's also throwing up a bunch of spine crawlers guarding this little green banana looking thing, so that he can kind of get owned by Thor drop anyway, just because you can just drop the Thor up here and like 2-shot these spine crawlers, because Thors do incredible amounts of damage. They do like 50, and I think they have 2 attacks. I'm slightly exaggerating. I'm actually going to look up the number, just because I don't want to be a dirty liar. And oh my gosh, the Thor is already in the medevac. It's like rolled up into the semi-truck form, and is being transported by this medevac, and Painuser does see those fancy schmancy things Thors do. 45 damage. They do 90 damage. What the crap? That's ridiculous. These things have like 300 health, so they get 4-shotted by Thors. And you can see that this Thor for Painuser is going down, or Painuser does not have any SCVs over here right now. So many kills on this Thor. 2 building kills. Looks like he's going to go after that Overlord and do a little bit of dancing and try to get a little bit out of range of these spine crawlers. Just doing so much damage. Oh my gosh. 250mm strike cannons, oh my gosh. Painuser coming down with a bunch of SCVs, and he's just going to ferry these up onto this banana and repair the Thor. 4 kills on this Thor, all of them buildings, and an Overlord about to go down for Shuffle. Shuffle he's lost 400 minerals and 4 drones with this Thor so far, and an Overlord, and another Overlord momentarily. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, these roaches are just doing no damage with all of those SCVs there. Painuser in the meantime is just macroing fine. He's expanding. He's got mules. He's going to have another orbital command shortly, and he's plopping down a couple more barracks with a reactor and tech lab, so he's going to be able to get 2 Marauders and 2 Marines out simultaneously. Oh my gosh, this Thor has 7 kills, still here. Painuser is just doing such a nice job, and it's just going to one-shot these Zerglings. These Zerglings don't stand a chance. Thor is far too governator for them. He is their governor. He is their ruler. He sets their laws. He chooses whether or not to legalize pot. That joke was really forced. I shouldn't make it again. Very nice micro with Painuser's Thor. Like, they're so big, you'd think they'd be hard to micro, but StarCraft 2 really has done a very nice job of making big things easier to micro. Here and have all of their floating, I mean, I guess they had floating buildings in StarCraft 1, but Zerg can micro creep colonies, and by creep colonies I mean spore colonies, and spine crawlers, which is awesome, and they're just kind of big, slow building-y things, and Terran can micro Thoros, which are kind of big, slow building with these 15 kills. I mean, Painuser's just playing Dota, and Shuffle is the Scourge. He's like the creeps, he's just creeping with these Thors. 17 kills, 18 kills momentarily. These roaches cannot attack air, so they can't do anything to this Thor when it's in the medevac. And Painuser's just really pretending it's a Reaver, and showing off his APM, which is more than mine. 126, way more than mine. Gonna pop back on over to the production tab. We do see that Concussive Shells is coming up for Painuser. Looks like he's just gonna transition to Marine Marauder, and that's gonna be Marauders kind of crush roaches. Kind of like the Thor's crushing roaches, kind of like the Thor's 23 kills on it. Kind of like Shuffle has lost 2,000 whatever's worth of units, 25 units. This Thor has all but 2 of Painuser's kills. And those Marines that killed like 2 Zerglings have the rest. Wow. That Thor is like all of Painuser's game, and he's just macroing fine in the meantime. I mean, he poops out 1 Thor, and then he just goes Marauder Marine. And he's not doing... I mean, I guess his minerals are a little bit above 0 for what they should be, but still, compared to where Shuffle is, if you pop it over to the resources tab, you can see that Painuser is ahead several foods, so it's really fine. And Overlord drop is finally out for Shuffle. Shuffle finally making the right choice, and he's just going to be able to drop. And Painuser's just going to be able to evacuate.